C, D, E, F, G.
Alright, so before we start this video, I wanted to quickly explain what it is I do with esports. So I do play esports professionally, I guess you'd call it, and it's not just that world championship thing you see advertised all around. I played for a club team. I kind of swap between club teams as they need people. I started last year with the Seattle Kraken, actually, as a left wing. And this year I started with the Toronto Maple Leafs, but then I'm also kind of like independent. I'm not always playing with, you know, a whole club or organization. Sometimes I just fill in when teams need me. I fill in as a goalie a lot because, at least in my area, not a lot of people want to be goalies and so on and so forth, because it's kind of a quote-unquote, I guess you'd say, boring part of the game. But regardless, I just kind of wanted to explain that it's super cool, super fun. I get to play a bunch of different club championships on this Rival X platform and stuff. I get to occasionally travel for it, go to different arenas and all that, and some arenas, kind of like the Blue Jackets one, that's actually more my home state one at least, have awesome like esports lounges set up you can play in. Super fun, super cool. And as you see with this vlog, I'm going to start taking you behind the scenes with everything I do. So now let's get started. And with that, so today what we're doing, we have three things. We have the Carolina Hurricanes Club Championship or Club Tournament, the Edmonton Oilers Club Tournament, and we have a fill-in game with an Edmonton Oilers club team as goalie, like I kept saying before. So yeah, let's get started. So I was asked what one of my favorite parts of what I do is, and honestly, it's the really cool like merch and stuff you get depending on how long you've been with the club or how long you're with the team or so on and so forth. And as you see, got my Oilers stuff on right here. That's who we're with today. And then over here we have the Minnesota Wild one from last year, and I was playing with them for quite a bit. So I also have the Hockey Fights Cancer Minnesota Wild, then the OG also from last year, Seattle Kraken, where I started when I first started playing. Then we have this kind of lighter weight cool one here from this year, the Maple Leafs. I know I have a Blue Jackets one somewhere, or at least I did at one point. Oh, yeah, from last year too, well, and this year, but. And while we're talking about cool merch items, there's also this Avs jacket here. I think my parents just got me this, but it's like a winter jacket kind of thing, and it's an old Reebok one, full zip there. That, yeah, Reebok center ice, all that Reebok pockets all over. Has that Avalanche logo on the back there, all the different colors. And out here to show you a little bit better. Alright then, as I promised, I was gonna show y'all my setup here, my little man cave, and you gotta ignore the plastic. I have a cat that gets really pissed off when I'm away for a couple of days or traveling or anything of the sorts, so his way of taking it out is pissing on the couches. So to make sure that that doesn't happen anymore, now that we got new furniture and all that stuff, I cover them every time I leave, so obviously that wouldn't be there where we're hanging out here, but yeah. Cool little man cave going on down here. And then we got the Xbox. I actually have two different Xboxes. This is the one, I believe is which one this is. I'm not very good with like the makes and models. I'm just decent at the game, like get whatever they tell me to basically. But this one's the one. And then I also occasionally, right next to it, it's actually at my parents' house right now, because we're going back and forth between houses and traveling and all that. I have that 1S, the smaller white one or whatever it would be called, which is what I've been using for 2024 or NHL 24. But yeah, so that's kind of the whole setup right there. Big, huge TV there. Oh, Atlanta Thrashers hat caught me there. No. But yeah, so it's the setup. It's usually what I'm doing. Speaking of the cat, look who pulled up. That's Max, short for Maximilian.
We have decided to name him Max, short for Maximilian.
Then I did also want to show that upstairs, right by the front door here, we have this little mail chute, mail slot, and right in the back of it, if you see right up here, I actually have my schedule, so I can just check it every day, or you know, I see it every day when I walk in the door, of what tournaments and games and so on and so forth I have, not just that week but also that month. I don't have too much going on, so I have the end of January and February on here. And as you see, that Sabres one is X'd out. I ended up pulling out of that because I wanted to do the Blue Jackets one this year. So if you didn't know, you know, I am from Ohio. And it is only my second year doing this, so I can't say, oh, I've never done it, it's been forever. But I didn't do the Blue Jackets tourney last year, so I wanted to make sure I did that this year, get my local team in there. So I pulled out of that Sabres one for now, but yeah. And last part of the setup here, this is usually how I end up playing the games. I bring that chair in real close there, so I don't even end up using the couches or anything like that. But yeah. Alright, so yesterday afternoon, went over to my parents' house to see if Donovan was going to the Monsters game with me. The weather ended up being so bad we didn't go to the Monsters game, and I got totally snowed in at their house. The van was just not having a good time trying to even get out of the driveway, let alone deal with that street. So we are gaming at the parents' house today, hanging out with the fam, and hopefully having a couple good games today. Alright, it's about time for the Hurricanes Club Tournament. I'm going to add some highlights in here, I believe from that, but also past World Championship, where I have a whole bunch of highlights kind of waiting to come out. And it depends how I do. Afterwards, I'm going to come back on and then let you know what the result was. But if I absolutely suck, I might not have a lot of highlights, so I might just be putting some extras in here. But regardless, let's get going. Let's have a good game. Let's win this one.
She's gonna bang your head like that teenage would. She's gonna bang your head like that teenage would. She's gonna bang your head like that teenage would. She's gonna bang your head like that teenage would. She's gonna bang your head like that teenage would. She's gonna bang your head like that teenage would.
Alright, that one wasn't bad. Made it to round 2 in that one before losing and being eliminated. But like I said, with this whole esports thing, I'm 500 exactly. I'm 3-3, so we're getting better, practicing every day. We have about an hour off, gonna get something to eat, and then we got the Edmonton Oilers Club Tournament. was a little more rough. We're out in the first round on that one, but we still got a club game with one of the Edmonton Oilers teams, so let's get at it. That is about it for today. On the day we went 2 for 2, had a good club win though, and now we are actually headed to a Monsters game, which like I said will be a whole nother video coming out soon if it hasn't already. Check the channel. Thanks for watching and see you next time.